Hey there and welcome to my shop. Now this is one big goblet, guys. This is made out of cedar. I want you to hang in there and I'm going to show you how I made it. First, about halfway through here, I lose it all. First time it's ever happened to me, it actually came off, stripped the screws out of a faceplate and went tumbling. So I haven't edited it yet, so I can't tell you exactly where it's at, but it should be somewhere about halfway, so watch for it. All right, let's get on with it and make this thing. Well, this is going to be a sort of an ambitious undertaking, something I haven't done before. This is cedar. To tell you the truth, it's about the only wood I have that is dry enough to do this, and I think I need pretty dry wood to do this. It's 10%, which is not bad at all. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a great big goblet. This up here is going to be the head, and then the stem will be down there. Now, the first thing I did is I put a dot in the center away from the pith, because I don't want my stem to be the pith. I got a feeling that the cracks always go out from the pith, so hopefully I can avoid that. I drew an 8-inch circle here. That's going to be the size of my goblet. And now I'm going to go to the bandsaw, and I'm going to cut all this excess off. It'll just, it'll just help with the turning. No big deal, but it will help. It makes it a little bit more pleasant. Don't throw as much stuff up on my arms. So let me get that done. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm cutting off the excess. I forgot to turn the camera on for a second, but what I did, I started right here, and then with a wedge under here to keep it from rolling on me. Then when I got so deep, I'll move the wedge up to here on the back side. And I'll leave this one here until I get a little further down, and then I'll move it. Because if you don't, you can grab it and turn it on you, and you can break your blade. Well, it's a whole bunch of other stuff, which ain't no fun. So, let's see what we got. Now I have a flat. Not near as hard to do. So I'm going to come in here. I don't need this anymore. And I'm going to come right here. And I'm trying to keep it straight right here. Best I can. It's sort of hard to do. So let's see what we got now. All right, I'm going to put this face plate on it here. I've got some screws a little longer than I normally use. See what these are. These are 1.5 inches, and I use deck screws with the Torx head. Been using them a long time, never had a problem with them. So, whoever tell me not to use it, you quit typing. So I use a step drill, and I've got this tool I made that will go into there to do cinder. So I take a step drill and drill me a little hole there. Okay, that's about all you need. And it should fit right in there like that. So then you take this little thing right there, and it's got just a hair. You can get it off there a little bit, but not much. So I'm gonna put these screws in. All right. That's on. Let's get this on the lathe and see where the center point's going to be on the other end. See the difference. Well, you can see the out of balance places right here. That part I said I should take off, and I didn't. But it ain't too late, is it? I'm going to take it back off and go do that. All right, I'm about ready to start roughing this thing out. I was going to do it yesterday, but my daughter dropped my grandson over, so I ended up babysitting all day. cool. I like doing that. They grow up and gone before you know it anyway. Don't spend as much time as you can. All right, I'm going to start off rounding this, and I'm going to use my baler. After I turn it on, always helps to turn it on and spin it up. I haven't spun this up yet. I don't think it's bad out of the way. A little bit. It's shaking pretty bad at about a little less than 700. Back off just a little, right about there. Ooh. Had no idea that was in there. Goodness. That's a big one too. Looks like it might not be very good inside. Guess we'll find out in a minute or two. A little ways to go. Cedar is sort of like ice cream. A little bit of it smells real good, but you get some more of it just where it don't smell so good. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah. Well, that wasn't a crack. Or was it? No. There it is. See how much I am here. Well, I'm on my 8-inch line down here. That's okay because this is going to be the top. So we're not quite round there. Got to go down just about right to there. They won't take too long. These are too close. Got a couple of places I'm going to have to treat here. Ooh, Betsy. look at there. Whoa. Didn't hurt this thing. Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah, burn it. I guess the beaver is a little too aggressive. So, what does that mean? That means I gotta take this off and put longer screws in. That's what it means. Or a bigger faceplate. Or maybe both. Alright. Let's see when I get that done. So I got a 6-inch faceplate on it now with 8 longer screws. But naturally, I mean, you know how that goes. It ain't even close to being the same now. So first thing I got to do is get this back around, and only up here, and then I'll tackle that inside again. So let's see what we got. We've got a live center all the way in that hole there. Well, I'm going to have to go ahead and do the rest of it, otherwise there's no way it'll ever be balanced. Might as well just do it. It won't take long. Almost got it. Need a bit of cleaning right in here. Yep, that did it. Rough in there in some places, but I'm going to put epoxy in it. So, because I'm going to sand it a little, sand it and seal sealer. Got a place right there. I don't know what the heck that's all about. Cleaned up right there a little bit. That looks good. I think I'm going to leave it like it is. I need to come right in here and clean it up. I can do that with this wrist. Right there. That'll work. Oh yeah, good. Okay. We getting closer, girls. I'll come in here and try to shear cut this just a little bit, not too much. Still a little bit, a couple places there. That's the nature of cedar, I believe. hit screws. I didn't know they was that deep. Sure did. It's all boogered up now. Ah, yep, sure did. This is how I do my burning. This old hacksaw with some stainless steel safety wire in there. Works real well. As you can see, it don't take long. Here we go. All there is to it, my friends. All right, I'm sealing it now. Using mid-wax sealing sealer. Inside and out. Soaking it up pretty good. Do everything but the base. And I'll do that later. I do it until I see it's not taking, not soaking. Okay. Catch you later, guys. All right, I pretty much got the outside done. I went ahead and I just sprayed it with poly, and I had to use a burner to do the bottom because I can't get my laser to work. I had to put a new computer on it, and evidently, I've got old software and I got to get it updated or something like that. Anyway, what I'm going to do on the inside here is I'm going to coat it with epoxy. So I'm going to use this tabletop epoxy, and I figured, if it's for tabletop, it's got to be food safe, which I think once they cure out, they all are. I don't believe I'll need too awful much. In fact, that may be too much right there. And this will be side B. Looks about right. And like I said many a time, I just compare the bottles when I'm done. They're exactly equal. So I'm not adding nothing to this. Actually, I probably didn't even need to use 2 cups. It's just sort of a hobby. It's just sort of a habit. And you're going to pour it in, just dump it in. Well, here's your finished product, guys. All the epoxy's inside, nice and dry, so it'll hold water or beer or whatever. And it should be food safe, which that's a questionable thing anyway. I think it turned out real nice. I resprayed it again. I got a couple little sags in my spray right here, and I could get them out and buff it, but you have to sort of look for them. So I don't pay too much attention to them. It'll probably end up going on a shelf like everything else. Almost everybody's got a lot of wooden stuff around their houses, all my family and friends. So anyway, you remember, I made way too much epoxy. But what I do, when I have too much, I got a pen blank going here. I just pour it into there, So I went ahead and, well, first off, that particular epoxy out of this, I just reached down on the floor, filled it up full of cedar shavings and poured it into my deal, and I popped it this morning. And it's got, this is like leftovers. It's got black and blue and gold and red and clear, and then that just, so, you know, this ought to get about, you know, about 4 pen blanks out of this. So if I decide to do a pen, I'll do one out of this. And it should be interesting. I have no idea. I do have one little area in the center I'm concerned about. Looks like it's a little soft. It could be, you know, I may not have had a good mix right there, or maybe in what was in the very bottom of the cup poured out. But I can like put my fingernail in it, so I'm probably gonna let this sit a few months before I try to, you know, cut it up and use it. I may go ahead and cut it so that it'll dry a little better. So anyway, there you are. We be done with video number 140. There you are. I'll take a few stills of it. So thank you very much. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends, leave a comment. I try to answer each and every one. It hasn't got to be so many now that I can't answer them. I know I make comments on some of these guys that have a lot more subscribers than me, and I very seldom get an answer even when I ask a question. So I got a feeling they don't even look at them, but I will. I promise you I will. So subscribe, you know, call your mama and enjoy yourself. I'll catch you later. Keep on whirling.